I'd like to welcome you to Harmonic Mechanism for the Mind number 37. This is going to be the fourth time we look at the work and writing of Toru Takemitsu. I'll be reading from this book of his writings and essays entitled Confronting Silence. This one's going to be as part of his explanation and elaboration on his composition November Steps. He wrote some notes, and this is going to be the note that is the second one, imagination, listening to and recognizing sound, and I'd like to read it for you. In music, not all sounds are restricted to being functional. As all living things have their own innate cycles, visible and invisible, so it is with sounds. Each sound has its own beautiful form and order, like a living cell. Sounds undergo constant change in the perspective of time. Their division into regular and irregular sounds has nothing to do with their real nature. There is a point of view holding that irregular sound, commonly called noise, is an unpleasant signal that disturbs our hearing. Sometimes dissonant sounds are referred to as irregular. But the problem here is that the dissonance of one stylistic period can be experienced as consonance in another period. In the history of Western music, the earliest dissonant sound was the tritone, the same interval that has become our most recent consonance. In contrast to noise, musical sound is usually construed to be a physiologically conditioned and controlled sound signal. Would other kinds of music with delicate nuances outside this controlled system be experienced by Western ears as noise? When we are in a natural setting, the extraneous sounds we hear and the singing of birds seem to have the same value. In such a natural environment, the natural noises do not interfere with our listening. The reverberations of those countless sounds actually assist our listening. Lively and variegated natural sounds coexist in space as something that requires no outside complement. There are different musical traditions outside Europe that approach these natural conditions. In the flow of Japanese music, for example, short, fragmented connections of sounds are complete in themselves. Those different sound events are related by silences that aim at creating a harmony of events. Those pauses are left to the performer's discretion. In this way, there is a dynamic change in the sounds as they are constantly reborn in new relationships. Here, the role of the performer is not to produce sound, but to listen to it, to strive constantly to discover sound in silence.